Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Om Shri Saraswataya Namaha Om Shri Guru Dattatreya Namaha Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Wishing you all a very happy Navratri. So today we continue with the episode 3 and today we'll be beginning with chapter 10 and 11. 10 and 11. So before I start, a quick recap of who the demon we learnt yesterday. And the demon name was Raktabij. What does Raktabij represent? I already gave you an understanding. He represents the wrong thoughts in us, the evil thoughts. So what happens to us? When one evil thought comes about, the thought multiplies dime a dozen in hundreds and thousands and millions. You can't even imagine. It's just going like the stream of blood. Remember when Raktabij was killed by the Devi, what happens? One drop of blood falling from his body creates a demon, the same, the demon of his stature. So imagine streams of blood flowing from his body creates so many number of demons. So what happens to us? It is similar to that. When we have one wrong thought or evil thought, when our mind dwells in that one wrong thought, stream of thoughts keep coming up, and then what happens? Your head to toe, your entire body is filled with these evil thoughts, negativity, all the wrong things, imagination which is playing havoc, things that don't exist is also being created. A picture is being created in your mind. Why? Because these thoughts are running behind, the background is going on, you're not able to get out of it. But in the first place, why did you allow the thought, your mind to dwell in that wrong thought? See, thoughts are going to come. Understand, the mind also has its own nature. The mind is doing its job. But why are you falling prey to it? This is the most important thing. Understand this Devi who you are. Why are you allowing this thought to grow? Why are you letting the Raktabij within you to go on? You're letting him rule your life. So we should cut asunder. So what does the Devi do? She gulps the blood. Chandika says, I will now take the blood in my mouth. There are two other Devis who come out and then they hold this cup. When the other Devis are killing him, she's emptying the blood from his body. She's not allowing even the drop of blood to fall on the earth, on the ground. So what happens? She's devouring everything. Now what do you need to do? What is the remedy here? You have to gulp down like that. All that bitterness, everything, you need to destroy it within. You don't have to let it come out. And also, Raktabij also represents, remember, I was explaining to you all, an enmity within us. We grow this enmity. Suppose, I said like Pandavas and Kauravas as an example. There was a fight for what? It's a kingdom. So they wanted that 5 village, which the Kauravas refused to give the Pandavas. And then the Mahabharat war came about. Today in our life, in the material world also, in the Kali Yuga, because this is Kali Yuga, everybody is, after this, running after material possessions. They want to covet things. So what is the most important thing you need to overcome? Chanda and Munda. Who do they represent? Lust and greed. So you need to overcome these two beings, these two demons within us. And then what do you need to do? You need to evolve. You need to surrender. You have to become your good self. Understand the divinity, the divine potencies, which is the Devis in you. The potencies, the power potencies is of who? The Lord Shri Krishna Bhagwan himself. All these Devis are the power potencies that is born of him. And remember, every god is giving their weapons to this Devi. This Devi is very powerful. You are the Durga with 10 hands and all the different weapons, all the Astra and Shastras. You have all the power in you, the power potency to win within and in this world as well. But what does a man do? He wastes his life. We get into this mind, the mind, we get into the dwelling in the mind and then completely lost in that. So please kill this demon. Don't allow these negative thoughts to haunt you, grow inside of you. And you know what it does? It makes you completely inactive. I don't want to do anything. And you're going to become depressive. You're going to become, like it's a martyrdom. Oh, I am bad. Then, you'll start blaming yourself. Then also what will you do? then you'll say, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to, live in this world. We kind of get all these kind of evil thoughts that keeps coming about. And so the most important thing, there are two aspects. One is not to get into the evil thoughts. And the second thing is kill this enmity that you have with anybody in this world. It is not worth your heartburn. Understand? See, everybody is driven by their inherent nature. If they are allowing these demons to grow inside of them, why are you becoming the demonic in nature? Why are you becoming the demon? Become the Devi. That is who you truly are. This Devi Mahatamyam, the knowledge is coming to you, not to anybody else. So most important, what does the Devi do? See, in the last few episodes and the chapters, what did we learn? She is compassionate when she is killing the demons. What does this mean? We have to forgive. We don't have to have enmity with anybody. Shri Krishna Bhagwan says this in Bhagavad Gita chapter 16, 1, 2 and 3. Enmity to none means what? We don't have to have any of these kind of evil thoughts in us. We don't want to be attached to them. Even if you have enmity or even the good attachment, both still translates into karma, which means you have to be born with that human individual again and again and again. So you're sanctioning yourself rebirths. So why do you want to come back again and suffer the same misery? No need. Your focus has to be attaining that God realization, understanding this Devi, who you truly are, and doing your swadharma. Swadharma means what? Serving the purpose of your existence. That is why you have taken this human body. There are two aspects like I explained yesterday. First is to go on the path of swadharma, that is serving your purpose. And second thing is God realization. This is the main reason why you have this human birth. And the other aspect, which is also critical, is because this body you have taken this body in a family, in a place, all that is because of your karma. The karma is you have come here to repayment. It's a repayment. You have come here to repay the karma. That is why you have taken birth in a certain family, certain place, and you have been born with certain people. Every association is on nothing but a repayment. So you don't want to continue the cycle of birth and death. So what do you need to do? Empower this goddess within you. Only think good things. Divine thoughts has to be there. First, you have to become sattvic in nature. And then only you can attain God realization. Today marks the most important day. It is called Saptami. What does Saptami mean? That is the day when we have transcended the 7 levels within us. And beyond that is 2 other levels. So the 9 days, the Navratri or Navadurga represents each Devi in each part of our being. So every level you cross, you have overcome those demons inside of you. In fact, in Kolkata, today is a day when they actually start the celebration, because now you have attained the Devi inside of you, because you have killed all these demons. Have you? If you have not, you better fight and overcome all these demons inside of you. There is no point, living a life full of misery, being fearful and going through this, emotions or whatever thoughts, hatred, animosity, all that we have because of our past, whatever that has happened in our in the past. And also we have brought in these tendencies from our past lives, and some of them are acquired in this life. So you need to let go all of that. Now is a time when you are getting this knowledge, and now you need to imbibe this knowledge and become the Devi yourself by practically applying these lessons in your life, by doing your sadhana. See, especially what does Ma say in one of the earlier chapters when we read? See, on the path of spiritual journey, you will have these obstacles. So she's teaching you how do you overcome those obstacles when she herself is guarding you and protecting you. She is here with all the weapons, and that is you alone. She's telling, I am there with you. I am protecting my sadhakas, the one who want to evolve in the spiritual journey and attain the God realization. Understand who the Devi you truly are. So she's telling, I am here to protect. So you have to do your sadhana. The sadhana is constantly remembering these lessons and not letting the demons create havoc in your life. So with that, we will continue the 3rd episode, meditation on Mahasaraswati. Wielding in her lotus hands the bell, trident, plowshare, conch, pestle, discus, bow and arrow, her luster is like that of a moon shining in an autumn sky. She is born from the body of Gauri and is the sustaining base of the three worlds. That Mahasaraswati I worship here, who destroyed Shumba and other Asuras. A quick reminder, who is Shumba? Shumba represents the strength and Nishumba is the pride. But in reality, within us, who they are, and in the world, who they are. Let us understand. But first, we will see how the Devi now kills Shumba and Nishumba. 10th chapter, the sage said, seeing his brother Nishumba, who was to him as his own life, killed and his forces being slain, Shumba, furious, spoke these words. O Durga, wicked and proud of your strength, do not be haughty. You fight depending on the strength of others, and yet you boast of your self-respect. The goddess said, in this world, I, the one, alone exist. Who is the second person other than myself? Look, wicked one, these manifestations of mine enter into myself. Then all those Devis headed by Brahmani got merged in the body of the goddess. Then the mother alone was there. The goddess said, I, by manifold manifestations, stood here in many forms. These are now withdrawn by me. Alone I stand. Be steadfast in the battle. The sage said, then started the battle between them both, the goddess and Shumba, striking terror in the witnessing Asuras and all the gods. With showers of arrows, the sharp weapons, and with terrific missiles, those arose against a combat between them, fearful to the world. What all divine missiles the mother discharged in hundreds, the god of the Asuras broke them all with nullifying weapons. And what all divine missiles were hurled by him, the great goddess broke them all playfully with fierce grunts and the like. Then that Asura covered the goddess with hundreds of arrows. Angry at this, the goddess too broke his bow with her arrows. His bow broken, the lord of Asuras got hold of the lance. The goddess broke that also in his hand with a discus. Then the supreme sovereign of the Asuras, wielding a sword and shield figuring 100 moons, rushed at the goddess. As he was rushing forward, Chandika, with sharp arrows released from her bow, broke his sword as well as his shield, spotless like the sun rays. She felled his horses and the chariot with the charioteer. Then his horse killed, his bow broken, and his charioteer missing, the Asura seized the terrible club, trying to kill the goddess. She cut into pieces with her sharp arrows his club as he rushed towards her. Even then, he leaped at her with speed, lifting his fist. The eminent Asura brought his fist down on the heart of the goddess, and the goddess slapped him in the chest with her palm. Smitten by the blow of her palm, he fell on the ground. The king of Asuras immediately rose again. He rose up and, seizing the goddess aloft, jumped to the sky. There also, Chandika fought with him without any support. Then, causing wonder to the Siddhas and the sages for the first time, the Asura and Chandika began to wrestle with each other in the sky. Wrestling with him for a long time, the mother uprooted and swung him round and flung him down on the earth. Thus thrown, the wicked Asura, reaching the ground, jumped up with speed, raising his fist with the desire of slaying Chandika. Then the goddess, seeing the lord of all the Asura folk advancing towards her, felled him on the earth, piercing him in the chest with her spear. Pierced by the spear point of the goddess, he fell to the ground lifeless, shaking the whole earth along with oceans, islands, and mountains. When that wicked one was slain, everything became clear and propitious. The world got its original state back, and the sky became spotless. The portents of clouds with meteors, which appeared previously, vanished, and the rivers flowed in their courses after his fall. As he was killed, all the hosts of gods were filled with delight in their minds, and the Gandharvas sang sweetly. Some played on musical instruments, and the bevy of Apsara girls danced. The The winds blew favorably and the sun became resplendent. Here ends the 10th of Devi Mahatamyam in Markandeya Purana during the period of Shavarni, the Manu. Now, who is Shumba and Nishumba? And what does this mean? See, here there's a very important verse she says. She says, the world got its original state back again. Now, what does that mean? The sky became spotless. Means what within us, especially in the world of spiritual? Original state. See, when we are born, the moment we are born, we get an identity. This is your mother. Okay, the child is told she is your mother. And then what happens? We get into the illusion. The delusion comes on, and then we believe, oh, this is my mother. So what happens? You forget your natural state, who you truly are. And that delusion keeps you going till the body exists and to many births, till eternity, until and unless you meet your Gurudev. And somewhere in the journey, when your innermost being craves, that I want to realize myself, I want to understand who truly I am disgusted with this material world, and then with the grace of God and, the innermost being and with this human body, when all these three things come together, then your Gurudev finds you. Then on that path, on the journey, in some birth of yours, you will, when you meet your Gurudev, then what happens? Then he guides you, telling that this identity which you have in the world is unreal. This is not who you truly are. You need to realize the divinity who you are. And now, when you overcome all these demons, you have killed them, what are you going back? What are you achieving? It's called the original state. You're getting the original state back, which is who you truly are. You remember in Tripura Rahasyam, my Krishna Guruji was teaching the natural state of the self is to be in the blissfulness. But why is that we cannot be in that state is because we have forgotten. Layers of ignorance has covered us. Until that uncovering doesn't happen, you can't recognize your natural state. You can't realize who you truly are. How can you understand? Because we are so clouded. What is that we are clouded with? This is my family. This is my body. This is my children. I am this person. My name is the bodily name. My name is so and so. And then what happens? You become that identity. That is called the elusive power of the divine Lord. This world is sustained with this illusion. But when you meet your Gurudev, it is a great fortune because the divine Lord himself has manifested in the form of a Gurudev to liberate you, to give you that mukti, and you can attain enlightenment. But you have to first go through the process that is called the spiritual journey. Now, in the scripture, what is the first thing that we learned? Markandeya Rishi, he is the Guru to whom the king and the Vaishya come to question. Why is this I am so attached? My mind is constantly thinking about the enemies who have taken over my kingdom, and most importantly, the ministers who have thrown me out, by joining hands with the enemies, have literally kicked me out of my own kingdom. I am still, thinking about all these people. This is my kingdom, my elephant, my fortune, all those things I'm thinking about. Why? Even though I know that is wrong, why is my mind thinking mindness? That is what makes you forget your natural state, your original state. And the same thing with Vaishya. What does he say? His kith and kin, his own children and wife has taken the wealth. They have, they're greedy for wealth and they've thrown him out of his own house. And yet he's still thinking, are my children nice? Are they doing well? This is called that attachment of mindness. That is called bondage. Why are you attached? They are not your children. They are not your parents. See, you are born with each of these people because of the karmic debt you have. The karma is what has brought you together. But what is the most important thing you need to overcome? You need to overcome that karma, that repayment. You have to, make the repayment. This life is for the repayment. Whatever the karma is due to whoever the associations are, it's a repayment, whether it is good karma or bad karma. That is why this one life when you get the fortune, you should be fortunate enough that you have met this divine master because of your merit from your past lives. That has only brought you here. And please understand, it's not you who come to him. He brings you to him. And when that grace is there, you have to hold on to that grace. It is very easy to let go the grace. Do not ever lose this grace, because it is with great fortune that you are with your Gurudev. You are getting this knowledge, and using this knowledge, you have to cut asunder the material worldly bondage and attain your original state. That is what is Devi Mahatamyam all about, understanding the divinity who you are. So now coming back to who is Shumba and Nishumba. Shumba represents strength. Strength in what? Strength in evil doings. See, when your mind, now who is the king of gods? Shumba and Nishumba has taken over the kingdom. Now, aren't they going to now tell you to do everything wrong? Because they are the strength in evil doings. They will not hesitate to make you do anything wrong, because now they have become the king of gods, and your body, that is the mind, is from your head to toe. So every action that you are going to perform is going to be evil. And please understand, have you seen in the material world, there are a lot of people today, especially because we are in the Kali Yuga, everybody is on the path of Adharma. Now, Adharma means what? They are following unrighteousness. What does unrighteousness mean? We are doing everything wrong. There are a lot of wrongdoings that is happening in the world. And they are actually not feeling ashamed that they are doing wrong. On the contrary, they are taking that pride. Now, who is the pride? The pride is Nishumba. One is the strength in evil doings, and the second is taking the pride in the evil doings. So when people are cheating, today, if I don't know how many people have you even reading the news and listening to what is happening, there are a lot of these scams, especially in India. I don't know about abroad, but this is happening very much in India. Everybody is trying to, swindle money from people. They are calling that I'm calling from FedEx courier, and they are trying to keep you in the loop, saying there is some parcel gone from you, we are trying to track, you should give your details, OTP, this, that. And once you fall prey into that, they very nicely make you believe that that is real. And what is that? That is Maya. That is illusion. So they're creating this fake story, and you fall into that illusion, and then you get carried away. And then what are they doing? They are then getting all the OTPs required thing, and they are hacking your bank account, and they're transferring all the money. Now this has happened in Bangalore. Some crores of rupees has been swindled. So the cyber security the bureau has been working with different bodies, institutions, the banking institution, everybody, and then they're sending the messages saying don't fall into this fake scam calls. Now, just not that. And recently, there was also a very big scam that happened, as they were calling as an enforcement directorate, ED. And they said, we have received a report from whatever crime branch and this and that. And they're trying to say, we want to now work with you. You have not filed your income tax, something. So all the kind of stories they cook up, which is all fake. Now they make it sound so real that you actually can't make out whether that is real or not, and you're falling prey to that. So this has been happening, and recently, just 2 days ago, I was reading a news. State Bank of India, in one of the villages in India, in remote villages, they set up a fake State Bank of India branch. And there was a team of people, some 13 people, who had a computer, they had the board and everything. And then there's one man, a villager, who went to the branch in that village. He found something suspicious, and then he went and reported it. And then this whole team came to inspect, and they were horrified. The way they had set up this whole branch was so real. The fake appear real. Now Dhumralochana, clouded vision. You can't see through what is real and unreal. And who's not allowing you to even listen to the voice of God? The Madhu and Kaitab. Now, do you understand? This is called Shumba and Nishumba, who are doing everything evil. They will not even let you see through this. Somehow this smart villager, he was able to go and report. And it took them almost a month or 15 days to do the complete investigation, to, coming up with whether to identify whether this is an original branch or not. And then they found out all this was scam. And by the time, a lot of villagers had come and deposited the money. So now the government, the police is, tracking them. And with one, when they, as the ED, when they looted almost 7 crores, out of which, that's a million, 1 million USD, out of which almost they were able to recover $800,000. The balance they had already transferred to many different accounts. They were not able to recover that money. Now they have caught hold of few people. Now the whole team is working on it. But understand, this is what happens to us. And in reality, do you think these people even have a qualm of doing these things, these evil doings? Why are they doing? Because Shumba and Nishumba is ruling them. Now do you understand that they don't have qualms about even thinking that I am doing such a heinous act? I have to pay the repercussions for my sins. It's a karma. It's a karmic debt they are getting into with so many people. Why do we need to do this? Why are we harming anybody? So what is active in all of them? All these demons. Don't you see? The lust and greed, the Dhumra Lochana, Raktabij, Nishumba, Shumba, all of these demons are ruling. The two main demons are Shumba and Nishumba. And they are the strength in evil doings and the pride in those evil doings. They have absolutely no qualms about doing these kind of heinous act. So understand, to be divine, to be your good self is extremely important. So the king of gods has to be the Devis in you. Not the demons. The king of God is Indradev only, okay? Please let us understand. It's not anybody else. But what I'm saying is that the demons should not take that position. And if they take that position, you will get destroyed. Because we are allowing. It is the self-effort is with us. Why am I doing this? Why should I allow that to happen? But that is where the control comes in. That is where the goodness has to rise within us. And that is self-effort. Nobody else can do it for you. It is your own doing. You will have to empower the Devi inside of you. Destroy all those demons. And never take any pride or show the strength in evil doings. It is not going to give you anything. On the contrary, you're going to fall into the worst hells. Forget about the hells. You're going to be stuck in that loop forever. To get out, we have to rise. That is why the path is very important. What is every scripture teaching us? Overcome this demonic propensities. Become divine. But first, to become divine, you have to become your good self. That is, first we have to rise to the quality of sattva in us. Sattva guna has to be predominant. But please understand, there is no sattva left in this world. The goodness and love has gone out of the window. If there was goodness and love, do you think a man would ever be doing some things like this? I just gave you a few instances. Imagine if a person is falling prey to these kind of things that is happening. What is the power of Maya? You should understand. And the same thing happens within you also. You get lost in those imagination, the thoughts that keep coming. So please destroy. Do not allow these demons to give birth to many more demons. So the choice of rising or falling down rests with you alone. Nobody can fight this battle inside of you. It is you who has to fight the battle, because you are the Devi, you have the weapons in you. Your greatness is what you need to understand. That is called Devi Mahatamyam, the glory of Divine Mother. You are that mother. And please recognize this and evolve. Today is Saptami. That means we have, in the last 7 days, we have destroyed all these demons. We have killed these demons. And we have empowered the goddess within us. And we have to rise beyond. That is the Ashtami and the Navami. The Navadurgas is what we have to invoke within us. And this is a battle which is continuous. It is not such an easy thing. This knowledge is coming to you. So make use of this knowledge in rising in your life. Being the divine being, not a demonic being. So with that, we have finished 10th chapter. Now we will begin with the chapter 11. 11th chapter. The sage said, when the great lord of Asuras was killed by the goddess, the gods with Indra, headed by Agni, lauded Katyayani, illuminating the quarters with their moon-like faces, cheerful on account of the fulfillment of their desire. O Devi, O remover of the distress of those who take refuge in thee, be pleased. May thou be gracious. Mother, O mother of the entire world, be pleased. O sovereign of the universe, protect the universe. O Devi, thou art the sovereign of the mobile and the immobile. Thou alone art the sole support and basis of the world. Because thou standest in the form of the vast earth, O thou, whose valor cannot be challenged. The thirst of all this is quenched by thee, who standest in the form of water. Vishnu Shakti, thou art, of infinite valor, the seed of the universe. Thou art the supreme Maya. O Devi, all this is charmed and deluded by thee. If thou art gracious, thou becomes the cause of liberation on the earth itself. O Devi, in the world, all ways of knowledge are thy different paths, and all women are thee in entirety. Every woman is a Devi herself. This world is filled by thee, the sole mother. Thou art the supreme fit to be lauded. Thou art also the supreme Lord. So, what Lord can we make? The goddess has become all. She gives enjoyment and liberation. When thou art lauded thus, what more potent words can be for thy praise? O thou who standest in the form of intelligence in the heart of every person, giver of heaven and liberation. Devi, Narayani, salutation be to thee. O thou who grantest the evolution in the form of Kalakasta, the force left even after the cessation of the universe, Narayani, salutations be to thee. O auspicious, in all that is auspicious, O the good, the accomplisher of all objects, O adept, in giving refuge, the mother of the triple world, Lady Immaculate, Gauri, Narayani, salutations be to thee. O thou, who becomes the force behind creation, preservation and destruction. O Eternal One, O resort to the gunas, Purusha, O the makeup of gunas, Prakriti, Narayani, salutations be to thee. O thou, resolved to protect the weak and the distressed, who take refuge in thee, O the remover of sufferings of every being, Devi, Narayani, salutations be to thee. O Narayani, seated in the chariot, yoked to swans, bearing the form of Brahmini and sprinkling the waters with kusa grass, Devi, salutations be to thee. O Narayani, in the form of Maheshwari, wearer of the trident, moon and the snake, mounted on the great bull, salutations be to thee. O Narayani, appearing in the form of Kaumari, O wielder of the great lance, O pure one, surrounded by the cock and the peacock, salutations be to thee. O Narayani, in the form of Vaishnavi, be gracious, O wielder of the superb weapons, conch, discus, mace, and the bow, Saranga, salutations be to thee. O Narayani, in the form of the great boar, O thou who lifted up the earth with thy tusk, wielder of the great fierce wheel, O auspicious, salutations be to thee. O Narayani, who in the terrible form of Narasimha is engaged in killing the Asuras and affording constant protection to the three worlds, salutations be to thee. O Narayani, Indra's force, O thou with the crown, the great thunderbolt, and the thousand eyes resplendent, Vritra's life taker, salutations be to thee. O Narayani, in the form of Shivadhuti, O the vanquisher of the great armies of Asuras, O terrible form and tremendous noise, salutations be to thee. O Narayani, O Chamunda, the smasher of Munda, O thou with a garland of heads or as ornament, O thou of terrific teeth and mouth, salutations be to thee. O Narayani, O prosperity, modesty, great knowledge, faith, nourishment, self-sustenance, constancy, O great night, O the great delusion, salutations be to thee. O Narayani, O the intellect united with God, all flowing knowledge, O the best, O the white sattva, the 20 rajas, the dark tamas, O the fixed principle beyond the triad of gunas, O sovereign, be pleased, salutations be to thee. O the form of all, the master of all, O thou, accompanied by all the forces, Devi, protect us from fear. O Devi Durga, salutations be to thee. Make this thy lovely face, adorned with eyes, guard us from all beings. O Katyayani, salutations be to thee. May the trident, sharp-edged, flaming terrible, destroyer of the Asuras in entirety, protect us from the terror. O auspicious Kali, salutations be to thee. O Devi, may that bell which filling the world with its sound destroys the prowess of Asuras, protect us from evil, as the living being protects its children. O Chandika, may thy sword, smeared with the mire of blood and marrow of the Asuras, resplendent in thy hand, be for our good. we bow down to thee. If pleased, thou destroyest all diseases. If angry, thou destroyest all the desires longed for. No calamity befalls the men who depend on thee. Those who depend on thee and resort to thee become a heaven of refuge. Who else can do this slaughter that has been done by thee now? Of the great Asuras, the haters of Dharma, by making thy form manifold into very many forms. So what is more important? He's saying something very important. The haters of Dharma, by making thy form manifold into very many forms. Who else except thee is said in the paths of knowledge, in the sciences, in those original statements, the lamps of discrimination. Yet in the blindest, darkest abyss of minus, thou throwest this universe and makes it world. This is very important to understand. Just now I told, why do you forget your natural state? Is because blindest, darkest abyss of minus. The moment you have attachment to everything, you believe this is my mother, this is my father, this is my sister, this is my family, this is my country, this is my place, you are gone. That's called yet in the blindest, darkest abyss of minus. And then what happens? Thou throws this universe and makes it world. So the world, this universe is, the creation keeps evolving and the yugas continue to go because of this delusion that we all live in. Where there are demons, serpents with dreadful poison, where there are foes, troops of robbers, where there is wildfire in the midst of sea, there thou standest and saves this universe. Thou art the sovereign of the universe. Thou protects the universe. The soul of the universe, thou upholdest and sustainest here the universe. Thou art worthy to be adored even by the Lord of the universe. The whole universe takes refuge in those who bow to thee in devotion. So what happens when you have this divine Ma, the goddess, whatever the divinity, when you take refuge in them, the entire universe will work with you because you are following the path of Dharma. That is very important. And please understand this one important lesson. When you are on the righteous path, there is nothing shall befall you. When you are following the path of Dharma, the universe will protect you from all the adharmas that is happening in the world. And please understand, and most important thing, when you have the grace of the Guru and the God that acts as a firewall in this universe, nothing shall befall the devotees of the Divine Lord and the Guru. Most important, the Guru. O Devi, be gracious, just as thou hast now immediately saved us by killing the Asuras. Likewise, always save us from the fear of the foe. Please subdue the sins of all the worlds and the great calamities that are produced by the maturing of evil portents. How beautiful is the prayer. That is why it is very important that we have to stop doing any further karmas and sins in our life and become our good self. Goodness and love is the most important thing, and goodness and love comes from knowledge, the knowledge about the truth. And when you realize this truth, you are full of that love. Krishna Bhagwan is the supreme love, He's an ocean of love. He's called the Athanga Sagar, a limitless ocean of that love. He's ever compassionate. You have to, empower that power of love inside of you. That is why he's always in the blissful state. He doesn't get disturbed. The most important thing is he doesn't disturb by the right and the wrong, the pairs of opposite. Equanimity is the state that you need to achieve. And for which first is you have to rise from tamas to rajas to sattva. Sattva guna is very important. Goodness is what is very critical in our world. Let the world do what they want to, but you have to be your good self because this knowledge is coming to you. Those who listen to it, they have to practice. We are not here to change the world, but we are here to change ourselves. Become the Devi. Understand our own greatness. I am the Devi. My Mahatamyam is what I need to realize. You are the Durga Ma. You have all the 10 weapons, 10 hands, the weapons and everything. So you understand your own power and serve your purpose in this world while attaining God realization. Be gracious to those who bow to thee, O Devi, destroyer of the distress of the universe. O thou worthy of praise by the inhabitants of the three worlds, grant what is best to all the worlds. The goddess said, O hosts of gods, I shall grant the boon. Whatever boon you desire by the mind, choose that. I shall give for the benefit of the world. So what is the most important thing? It is not about I, me, myself. We have to always think about the world. The minus is what you have to destroy from your life. That is why recently when we were learning the Srimad Bhagavatam, one of the most important word was used, philanthropic activity, charity. The same lesson was repeated in Sripad Sri Vallabh. Most important thing to evolve, attaining God realization, we have to serve the world. Philanthropic activity, charity is very important. Today everybody has become tight-fisted. They don't even want to give. They feel everything is theirs, minus. It's only going to go into, deepest of the hells. You've already sanctioned what your future lives are going to be. You're not even going to be born as human. You'll be born as some some insect, some worm in some place. God knows. So be very careful how you live your life. The way of life is very important as described by Sri Krishna Bhagwan. That is following the path of dharma, the righteousness. This is what everybody has forgotten. Very clearly she's saying. So please follow the path. The God said, O sovereign of all, just like this, thou shouldst accomplish the destruction of our foes, the appeasement of all the afflictions of three worlds. The goddess said, in the time of Vaivasvata Manu, when the 28th Yuga comes, two other great asuras, Shumba and Nishumba, will be born. Born in the womb of Yashoda, growing in the house of Nanda Gopal, I shall then destroy them, taking abode in the Vindhya mountain. Again, I shall descend on earth in the most terrible form and shall slay the asura Viprachittas. When I eat up those great asuras, Viprachittas, my teeth will become as red as the pomegranate flower. Then the gods in heaven and men in the mortal world, when praising, shall always speak of me as Raktadantika. Again, when for 100 years there will be no water on account of rains, praised by the sages, I shall come into being on earth without being born in the womb. Please understand, the divinity is always the real divinity. They manifest. They are not born through a womb. This is very clearly explained here. Then I shall look at the sages with 100 eyes. Then the offspring of Manu shall extol me as Satakshi. O gods, then till the rains come, I shall fill and nourish the entire world with life-sustaining vegetables produced out of my own body. So what is the purpose of the goddess? She comes here to serve. The seva bhavana, service unto humankind is the most important thing. Please understand. What does Krishna Bhagwan says? I live in every being's heart, whether they are animate or inanimate, the entire creation. I pervade them all. I am all pervasive. So you have to see God in every being, every creature, everything, right from this phone, computer, everything. Krishna Bhagwan is in everything. That is what you have to see. So when you serve the world, you're serving the divine. That itself becomes a path of attaining God realization. Then I shall get renowned in the world as Shakambari. There itself I shall slay a great asura named Durga Ma. Then I shall get the famous name of goddess Durga. Again, when for the sake of protecting the sages, I shall take a terrific form in the mountain Himalayas and devour the demons, then all the sages with their bodies bent in salutation will be extolling me. Then my name will become famous as goddess Bhima. When in the three worlds one Aruna will be creating great havoc, I shall take the form of a cluster consisting of innumerable bees and shall slay the great Asura for the benefit of the three worlds. Then everywhere people will laud me as Brahmari. Thus, whenever there shall be oppression arising out of the Asuras, I shall descend and accomplish the destruction of the foes. Here ends the 11th of Devi Mahatamyam in Markandeya Purana during the period of Shavarni, the Manu. So do you understand what happens? When there is adharma, the divine being manifests. Isn't the same thing what Krishna Bhagwan says? Whenever there is adharma, I manifest myself to establish dharma, to protect my devotees and to uplift the people. And most important, put people on the path of spiritual upliftment. Those who want to attain the spiritual wheel, I become the guru to show them that path and give them that knowledge and help them achieve the God realization. That is what it is. So with that, we have come to the end. And before a small recap on Shumba and Nishumba, and also understand Shumba, not just the strength in evil doing, he also makes you believe. Sometimes when you say, I don't know, I cannot do this is impossible. Understand, the Shumba is acting on you because he's the strength in all the evil doings. So stop giving negatives to yourself. This is extremely dangerous because the more we give negative, the more we're empowering this demon in us. They're becoming strong and strong and strong. And what happens? Vidya gets covered. Jnana doesn't come out. Ignorance rise. Ignorance. You get fully covered with ignorance. Completely. So that knowledge is getting covered and covered because you're constantly giving this, I don't know, I cannot do it, impossible, I've never done this before. Always learn like a child. Be open to learning everything. There is no age to learning. You can learn now. It's just my own journey. Last 15 years, when I came to my Guruji, he found me rather. When I started my journey learning under the tutelage of my master, for the very first time, he would ask me certain things and I would feel very small. I don't know this. I've never learned this. I've never done this. I'm not. And I used to feel embarrassed. But what is there to embarrass? You have to somewhere begin the journey. This is what he said. Rajma, today you have begun the journey. Now learn. There is no age to learn at all. And this is what I understood. Today I learn like a 5-year-old child. My speed might not be that much, but still that effort every single day, constantly to learn. Learning is very important. Gaining knowledge is important. What is missing in this world is the right knowledge. We get carried away by whatever this little thing that we have learned in school and college. That has no use because we have never applied anything that we have learned. The basic discipline itself has gone out of the window. That's the most important thing that you need to know. And today we are creating our future generations in a way which they are going to become worst. So you need to first become knowledgeable. You have to become very good. You have to become the role model so that the future generation, their world can become better, and you have to give them the right knowledge. So getting the right knowledge is very important. So stop giving negatives to yourself. And the second one, Nishumba, what does he represent? False pride in evil doings. And that also means, what does he do? When he has the false pride, when the pride gets punctured certain times, we become a martyr. Okay, oh, I am bad, I am worse. Stop doing this. And the moment you're cornered or you're said something, if somebody is telling you something, you're not supposed to do this, you're not supposed to get angry because anger is a doorway to hell. It's mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. Day before yesterday, my Guruji was telling, Rajma, in Bhagavatam, there's a very important verse which you need to practice. And in that, Krishna Bhagavan says, you might have journeyed a long way in the spiritual world. The moment you get angry, all that effort becomes minus. And from again minus, you have to rise above. So everything that you had learned, finish, over, in one stroke of your anger. All that goodness that you have earned destroys. And who has destroyed this evil? The anger. So be very careful. Do not allow these anger to rise. Anger has to be used to win in this world, not for self-destruction. This is the most important lesson we need to understand. And today, if you look at, because of this evil, the rise in the evil, everybody is, you can see the demons in them. What is powerful, what is operating. So you become divine. You be your good self. So what does Nishumba also say? The whole world is against me. The martyrdom. Self-pity. Oh, I am bad. Oh, this has happened to me in the past. Past is dead and gone. I told you that is past. Bhoot, Pret and Pishach. Why are you, getting the dead from, why are you making the dead alive? Why are you bringing them back to life? It is it is you who makes them come alive. You again rise them from the dead. Don't do that. The past is haunting you. Give that past away. Let go. It is over, dead and gone. There is no use, but you have a present. You have a beautiful future. Make your life worth living, where you live a God-pleasing life. You know what my Guruji teaches? He said, you have to live a life in such a way that the world will remember you for centuries to come. You have to become a legend. Leave a legacy for the world to follow. That is what he teaches. And only a real master can teach you that. Not any celebrity gurus in this world or not any other mentors, your material worldly knowledge. That is not going to give you how to achieve that greatness. The greatness comes when you go through this knowledge, getting the real knowledge, following it, applying in your life and empowering that God is within you. That is what is spirituality all about, and that is what is Devi Mahatamyam all about. And stop giving yourself. And what is the remedy to this? I just said self-empowerment. Take responsibility of your life. If you don't take responsibility, then you can never grow. So becoming responsible not only for your life, first you have to become responsible for your life, then only you can take responsibility of others. If you cannot change, how can you expect change in the world? So be the change you want to see in this world. You are the Devi. Understand your greatness. That is Devi Mahatamyam for you. So with that, we have ended the episode 3rd, chapter 10 and 11. So thank you for joining once again the Devi Mahatamyam Parayan. Have a good day and good evening to you all. God bless. Wishing you all a very happy Navratri.
Recording stopped.
Thank you, Rajma.